How do I get my kids to eat vegetables? This is the #1 feeding struggle I hear from parents. My name's Jennifer House. I'm a registered dietitian and mom of 3, and today I'm going to be sharing 7 tips to encourage your child to branch out and learn to enjoy those vegetables. Tip #1 is don't pressure them to eat vegetables. Most parents use pressure to encourage their kids to eat, yet we know from plenty of research that it totally backfires. Pressure leads to the child eating less, weighing less, and being even pickier. And pressure doesn't have to be obvious, like eat your vegetables before you can leave the table. It can be more subtle, like bribes, even rewards or praise, or nutrition education, like you need to eat this to be strong, are taken as pressure by your kids. So try your best to avoid it. Tip #2 is to make vegetables tasty and fun to eat. Kids love French fries and chips, so serve veggies shaped like fries or like chips. You can use a mandolin to make chips with sweet potatoes, parsnips, or beets. Just drizzle them with a bit of oil and salt and bake them. Kale chips are a great method to introduce this dark leafy green veggie to your kids because they're nice and crispy and crunchy, and they might actually be more willing to try it. Smoothies are another great way to get in extra fruits and veggies and often easier for your kids to consume. But remember, don't hide that spinach. Get your child to throw it in and help make that green monster smoothie. Spiralizers can also create really fun shapes with beets, or you can make noodles like these zoodles here. Tip #3 is to add flavor. Make those vegetables tasty. We all probably think that celery tastes better with peanut butter and carrots taste better with dip. Sure, your child might just lick that dip off, but maybe that's a good step towards actually eating the vegetable for them. Try hummus, yogurt dip, even ranch or ketchup are fine. And try roasting veggies to bring out their natural sweetness. My kids love Brussels sprouts roasted with butter and a bit of maple syrup. Tip #4 is to give vegetables fun names. If you give a veggie a catchy name, kids are more likely to eat them and more likely to eat more of them. Try power peas, superhero spinach, or turn broccoli into mini trees and might create a little more interest. Tip #5 is to play with veggies outside of a mealtime. Food play can be especially helpful if you have a sensory sensitive child who doesn't like certain textures, because it gives them a chance to play with the food, to feel the food with zero pressure to eat it, as it's not time to eat. For example, you can make a stamp with a potato or a sweet potato or a beet if you're brave, cut a shape in it, paint it with some child-safe paint, and we've made some stamps. There's lots of food play activity ideas on Pinterest. Tip #6 is to serve veggies when your child's the hungriest. Just like any of us, food tastes better when we're hungry, and we're going to be less selective in what we choose to eat. Maybe your child comes home from school hungry, and you can serve a plate of sliced veggies with dip, or pull it out in that witching hour before dinner when everybody comes looking for a snack. Tip #7 is to grow a garden, shop with your child, and cook with them. Get them involved, because all of this counts towards positive food exposures, and it'll encourage your child to taste the food. Grow a garden or even a windowsill pot of vegetables. Visit the farmer's market and talk to the farmer about how they grow their carrots, or ask your child to pick out a new vegetable at the store. And then get them in the kitchen, gives them a sense of extra pride and ownership over food they helped to make. I hope these tips are helpful. For more recipes and tips on feeding your kids, visit Half Your Plate on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or at halfyourplate.ca.